Welcome to Santa Barbara Now, the Veterans Project. We have a great show lined up for you today. I'm your host, Assemblyman Angelo Santabarbara. With Memorial Day right around the corner, I just want to take a moment and talk to everyone about the upcoming holiday. It's a time to remember and be grateful to those who defend and preserve our nation. And I want to take a moment to thank all of our veterans out there watching. I want to thank all of those serving in our armed forces. I want to thank you for your courage and sacrifice. And not just on Memorial Day, but every day, remember to thank our veterans and be grateful for what they do to preserve our nation and for our country. Those men and women in uniform that fight across the world to defend our nation are inspiration to us all. And let's just take a moment to think about that on Memorial Day. And with that, we're going to get started for a very special show. As always, I'm going to introduce my co-host, Amy Amoroso, who's a veteran business advisor. Amy, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here and co-hosting the show with me. Our guest today is Mike Cognetti, actually from Living Resources. He's the Director of Brain Injury Services. We're going to talk about some great things you're doing for our veterans. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So why don't we start off with a little bit about yourself and about Living Resources.
Right. So I've been working in the traumatic brain injury field for about 13 years now. The past 7 years, I've served as the Director of the Brain Injury Program at Living Resources. In that capacity, we began recognizing that there were many veterans that had suffered various levels of traumatic brain injury through their service to the country or through experiences they had when they came back home. And about 4 years ago, we really started looking at ways in which we could reach out to our veterans and make them more aware of our services and try to make sure that they had access to those services that they are truly the most deserving of.
And I know Living Resources provides a number of opportunities for people with developmental disabilities. And I know you're doing a special event coming up with Amy as well. We're going to talk about that in a little while. But let's talk about the mission of Living Resources.
Okay, so our hope is to help people maintain a level of independence in the community. So we've been working for 40 years with people with developmental disabilities. Our agency created several small group homes so folks with developmental disabilities can experience a sense of community, living in a natural environment, near their family, near grocery stores. And our brain injury program is an extension of that work, where we serve over 120 folks. Those people with head injuries that we serve all live in their own apartments, and we provide services to them. The hopes is that we want to keep folks from ending up in facilities and requiring higher levels of care. So we go to them. We provide a variety of different services that allow them to live in the community and grow. And
I know you've through Living Resources, you discovered a number of talents, and one of them we talked about earlier was some wonderful artwork that we're going to be unveiling, and Amy is going to actually be emceeing that event. Amy, tell us about that event and your involvement.
Okay, so I am involved in that event. I'm emceeing the event, which I've never emceed an entire event before, so I'm very excited. Graciously asked by Mike at the Living Resources. So this event is actually on June 25th. And it does showcase veterans with disabilities that are doing this artwork, and it's actually up from June 21st all the way to August 26th, something like that, right at Living Resources, which is on Washington Avenue Extension. And their entire lobby downstairs is going to be filled with this artwork. And I think I took a tour about a month ago,
yes.
And there was some artwork up over there already, and it's actually exquisite. So, I mean, tremendous talent that these veterans have. So I'm so excited that you're actually displaying this and showcasing the amount of talents that these veterans that they have. This is just fantastic. So. Can you explain a little bit about the art show, where it came from, what you're doing, and why you got involved into that?
Yeah, this is a really special event for us because
Yes.
it's the first time we're holding a show that will feature exclusively pieces done by veterans. Living Resources has a rich history of supporting the arts and arts enrichment for people with developmental disabilities or traumatic brain injuries. When I was asked to expand our role in the veterans community and our services in the veterans community, I looked at areas where Living Resources had expertise and that there were gaps in services. So one area we felt that we could expand on our expertise was by trying to offer arts enrichment to veterans, especially folks who come back and maybe have fallen on some harder times, giving them a creative outlet, giving them some things that they can take some pride in and have a sense of achievement in is a wonderful thing. So this art show is a partnership between ourselves and Soldier On in Massachusetts. So pieces will be coming from both programs. We've been providing arts instruction to female veterans at the VA hospital on Wednesday nights since last fall. And there's more than 20 pieces have been produced by the women over there that will be featured in the show. Soldier On has an artist that travels to their residential facilities and works with their artists there. And you're exactly right. The artwork that's been coming in and that I've had an opportunity to preview over the last couple weeks is just phenomenal. And we're really looking forward to having an event that allows some veterans who maybe their situation has changed since they returned home, but for them to have an opportunity to be showcased, thanked, and recognized for their talents and their contributions as a civilian is really, really something we're looking forward to doing at Living Resources, and we're honored to have you a part of it.
Well, I just appreciate it. I'm just overwhelmed with all of this opportunity. And a good thing too is a couple of my veteran clients are actually helping with the event. One is catering the event, and one is singing at the event. And I think the singer, Angelo, was actually one of your first guests on this show.
Yes,
Freddie.
we talked about that, Freddie, yes.
Freddie was a previous singer with the Delphonics back in the 70s. So he's just wonderful. So he is kicking off, I think, with the National Anthem. At your event, at the art show. Yeah. And then another veteran client will be catering the event. So we have veterans helping veterans. Living Resources is helping the veterans. So myself as a veterans director for New York, having us all just to come together, it's synergy. I know Angelo's going to stop by and
absolutely.
Peruse and look at the artwork that we have there. I just think this is just fantastic because, again, they have this talent, they have these skills, and for you to give them the outlet to actually showcase it and just be proud of their achievements is just, I can't thank you enough for that.
And helping to promote those skills and find those talents, and helping people be a part of their community. I think that's what's important. So this event kicks off on June 25th. Amy will be there to MC that event. If you get a chance to stop by Living Resources, let's give out that address real quick so people know where it is.
300 Washington Avenue Extension, Albany, New York.
And if they have questions,
just this little
Amy's
flyer here.
Holding up the card.
I'm holding it up, but I don't think you can get to it. However, I'm going to flip it over. That's great artwork on the outside that was also done. Was this done by a veteran as well?
That was done.
Is that one of the pieces, Amy?
This way. It is. It's one of the pieces. And then this way, you're not going to be able to see it because it's so tiny. However, it does give you some details. And you can actually, there's a new website being designed, correct, Mike?
Yes.
Where they can go and look at this and review when the art show will be taking place.
There will be information on the art show. There will also be a preview of several of the pieces that are in the exhibit. And that website is lrvets.org.
And I also see a number here, 218-0000.
That's correct.
And extension 4372. You can give a call, but I really recommend that you stop by, see this artwork firsthand. I think it's going to be a great event. All the way, if you miss it on June 25th, you have it'll be on display till August 25th.
That's correct.
So that's plenty of time, right, Amy, to actually get over there and maybe stop by on your way to work or after work or at lunchtime. And check out, that's the Miller Sanders Gallery at Living Resources. So discovering all this artwork and this talent, this is a partnership between several organizations. Soldier On, we've heard that name before, and the Veteran Services Project. Bringing it all together, bringing Amy in on this. How difficult was it to actually, how much time did it take to assemble this great presentation?
Several years. Living Resources is recognized as, for excellence in providing services to people with developmental disabilities, but we're still the new kid on the block when it comes to the veterans, field. We've worked hard, thanks to some private money that's been given to us, to go and build some relationships in the veterans community, and folks at Soldier On, folks at the Veterans Miracle Center, our representatives, Amy. We've made a lot of great contacts, and we've been able to have some success in working with veterans. A large part of that comes from our willingness to learn from the veterans that we have opportunities to serve. So we've done a lot of soul searching to try to make sure that our services are worthy of the veterans that we serve. And through that process of kind of self-discovery, we've realized what we need to do to duplicate our excellence in serving folks with developmental disabilities in the veterans community. And we're pleased to have been well embraced by other veterans organizations, folks at the VA hospital, and we're glad that it's coming together. But it has been a labor of love. I say that with every veteran who we have an opportunity to meet and serve, our commitment to serving veterans grows stronger. And we're really just honored to be here today, but also to have an opportunity for Living Resources to host an event that we think will be a really special moment for a number of veterans.
Yes.
Now, your staff has grown quite a bit since 1973, right? It's,
Yes.
So I see the numbers here, and it seems like the awareness is really part of this, and bringing in the community to see what Living Resources is doing, and bringing in, embracing veterans and helping them be a part of their community is what's helped that along.
Yeah, I think that, our Veteran Services Project, as we refer to it, is more than just our services. It's our employment. We hire, more than 700 employees that work for us, and a number of those are veterans, and we're working hard to actively recruit veterans, so when they come home, they know that Living Resources is a place they can trust for work. Also for promotional opportunities and fast track for advancement. So we're working in that regard to hire veterans. We still serve, the core of what we do is still serving people with developmental disabilities and people with traumatic brain injuries. So we try to engage those folks that have developmental disabilities in outreach, support, advocacy, community involvement. There'll be an event that you guys will speak about in the next segment, and we're looking forward to having some volunteers to help with that event. One activity that we recently did with one of our day programs was we had a number of people with developmental disabilities who had not yet mastered reading and writing. And one of the ways in which they practiced reading and writing was by sending thank you notes to the men and women overseas right now. So it's really a community, an agency-wide initiative to make support for veterans and the men and women who serve this country a part of our agency's DNA. And we're great that we have a lot of great community partners that have kind of helped us on this path.
It's amazing. You're doing amazing work, Mike. I want to thank you for being on the show, for sharing this information, this important event. Don't miss it. Kicks off June 25th. My co-host, Amy Amoroso, will be there to MC the event. You don't want to miss it. If you do miss it, though, it is on display until August 25th. For more information, 218-0000, extension 4372. I hope you can make it. Miller Sanders Gallery at Living Resources. I hope you can join us. It's Memorial Day. Remember to thank a veteran. We're going to take a short break right now. When we come back, more of Santa Barbara Now, the Veterans Project. Stay with us. The Autism Society of the Greater Capital Region has been a great resource, a great tool. If you look at their mission, it's exactly what it has provided for my family. It's a resource, it's a tool, it provides an avenue to advocate for autism awareness. When families have questions, they do the best to provide those answers. We're happy to be a part of this organization, and the Autism Society of the Greater Capital Region has been there for us, and they will continue to be there for families. Welcome back to the show. We have been talking with Mike Cognetti, who is the Director of Brain Injury Services at Living Resources. It is Memorial Day coming up, so remember to thank a veteran, and I promised a great show on the first half and the second half. And for the second half, we have boots now on the table. There's boots, and there's some interesting signatures, Amy, on the boots. So Amy's going to talk about the boots and introduce our next guest. Amy?
Thank you, Angelo. So these boots, these are actually called Mickey Mouse boots. They're worn in cold weather. The veterans do wear these boots, or they were issued years ago. I don't think they're issued anymore.
No, they still wear them.
They still wear them. Oh my goodness. So these are very heavy boots, however. But the reason why these boots are signed now, the veterans that come into the Veteran Miracle Center, and we're here with Melody Burns, the Director of Operations. She's going to get into a little bit about what the Veteran Miracle Center is and what they do, which is fantastic. But with the boots here, we are kind of putting on an event June 21st, which is Father's Day. And what we're doing is walk a mile in their boots. So if you'd like to come out to Hudson Crossings, which is in Schuylerville, New York, off of exit 14, I believe, out there, you can pay $15 to register, and you walk a mile in these boots. So you get a pair of boots that are just like this. They're a little hefty. I'm just gonna pick one up.
They're
here,
about 8 pounds each boot.
Yeah, they're about 8 pounds each boot. So you're gonna walk a mile in these boots, as a veteran does, and they're issued these boots, like I said. But any veteran that does come into the Veteran Miracle Center has now been signing these boots to support our event, as well as just put their signature on there and let them know that they're supporting us as well. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Melody Burns, Operations Director of Operations over at the VMC.
Yeah, the boots we put these out about 3 weeks ago, and we wanted every veteran that came in to sign them just so we could have something in there. And it's funny because there are WW2, there's 2 POWs in WW2 that have signed it, 4 Purple Hearts. We have some Korean, we have some Vietnam. There's 6 Guys Desert Storm, which is now 25-year anniversary, which is hard to believe, isn't it? It's 25 years for that. Yep, and then we have some active duty that have signed it. So, and it runs the gamut. There's both men and women. So it's really, and they love signing the boots. Some of them wrote nice messages on there where they served or, what branch they were on. So it's kind of cool. It's nice, yeah. Those are a size 11.
Oh, the Lord.
Yeah,
If it were a size
they
6.
look.
Well, I mean, and this is the thing about the boots and what people need to know about the walk. If you wear a size 5, most likely you're going to wear a size 9 or 10 in the boots because we only have large sizes. So, it's funny, we've been getting registration forms and people put, I wear a size 5.5, and I kind of chuckle and say, okay, they're going to get a size 9. Just because the whole idea is to walk a mile in the boots to see what it's like, what the military does. And now remember, there's 2 trails. One's pretty even.
One's
right?
an even trail. One is it's like a bike trail, so you're going to walk across a nice bridge and you can come back. And then there is one that's more advanced, so you're going to be kind of cross country. You're going to be up in the woods and
With
and
trees.
It's gonna be, right.
We'll keep an eye out for you.
So wear double socks.
Yeah, good idea. Right, but it's all to benefit the Veterans Miracle Center, which is, we're fairly new. We opened November 17th. And between November 17th and this afternoon, we saw a little over 1,278 veterans. So we've serviced a lot of veterans in a short period of time. And, they come in for simple things like toilet paper, paper goods. Because if you were to buy that and separate that from your normal groceries every month, it's about $75. So we can save them just by doing a basic survival pack. But it's also clothes, it's, household items, it's kitchen things, pots and pans, dishes. When we opened in November, we set it up for Christmas. So we had all these toys and we thought, this would be great that we're taking toys and things like that. Nobody took toys.
No.
And we thought, well, this is the weirdest thing. And they kept saying, well, what about pots and pans? Or what about silverware? I need glasses. I need a winter coat. I need a frying pan. Right. So we had to change everything. We learned very quickly and we've changed the whole thing. So now we are, pots and pans central and frying pans and glassware and silverware and dishes and diapers. We've gone through a lot of diapers. I was not aware that diapers are like $30 a box.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And so, like a lot of our younger guys that have kids, 2 and 3 kids, they come in every 3 weeks and get diapers and wipes. And so we're saving them money just on that alone.
Now, a lot of these items, I think all the items come from names that we know from box stores around in the area.
Some are donated. Yeah, the bulk of what we do is donated through like Walmart, CVS, Rite Aid, and some of those. We do have to buy items. We buy underwear, we buy some clothes, we buy all the shoes. The food is donated by Hannaford. They give us all the canned goods, which has been, we took that in. We weren't sure what was going to happen with that. We can't keep track of the food.
The food is
it's really good.
Yeah.
Another thing that we found was really interesting was cleaning products. So laundry detergent, dish detergent, fabric softener, things you can't buy on food stamps. It's just been a crazy place, and it's by appointment only. So they get screened by whether it's a Legion or a VFW or anybody that's actually a VSO, or they can come in and we'll screen them. Mike, they do it too. Living Resources do, and then they come in and they bring a needs list with us, and we review the needs list and try to fill it as best we can, and then they get to come back every 45 days.
I mean, and in its basic form, if you're a veteran, this is something you should look into. If there's a need, they can come and make an appointment and get the services.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not it's not based on finances. It's based on need. So you may, we have some guys that are working full time, but they're still struggling. Yeah. And so let us help, even if it is with just your normal paper goods and stuff. So yeah, it's as simple as just calling us at 486-8398, and
I see the number, and I don't know if there's a website or anything.
There is. It's vmcalbany.org. But if you really want to find out what we're about, go to our Facebook page.
Oh yes, Facebook seems
unbelievable, right?
That's the social media of choice, I think.
Yeah, it seems to be. But we tell the stories on Facebook. So when somebody comes in and what they get and what we're giving them, and we tell their story, we take their picture and we ask them about it, and then you can get a feel for what we have and also who we're serving. So.
And obviously we talked about sponsors, but there's always a need for more sponsors as
Constantly.
well. So anybody watching that has items they want to donate, they can certainly make those donations.
Yeah. We donations. We try to take new items for the VMC. Okay. So anything like that. We have 22 people throwing household showers. So they were collecting
that's fun.
toasters and
Yeah.
mixers and
Yeah.
silverware. That was kind of funny. So we had like 4 days where we were inundated. I think we ended up with 22 different toasters, and we had toasters and microwaves, and we got a few convection items, but we got a lot of things from people who are doing that because they didn't realize that there is a need like that.
Yeah.
You hear about veterans, and what you hear most of the time is the homeless veterans.
Yeah.
You don't hear about somebody who's
Right.
transitioned from homeless into the vet house and now moving into their apartment, so now they're creating a home. And those guys really slip through the cracks, so that's what we do.
And there's been some veterans that received like recliners,
Yeah,
recliners,
recliners.
beds,
Lots of beds.
draperies for their window
Sofas.
treatments, and
Listen,
it's just
we've
fantastic.
done, this week we did kitchen cabinets, we did toilets,
Yeah.
bathtubs. I mean, we do all of that stuff. And so it's no end, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
So the event, June 21st.
Yes.
How do people
21st.
sign up for this? The website or Facebook?
They can do it online, they can do it on Facebook, or they can stop in and see us at the VMC.
Okay,
we
and
have
it's
registration.
not too hard to get through the event. I just got to wear the boots.
Yeah.
Now, it isn't actually a
those
mile.
boots
You have
for
to
a
walk.
mile.
You have
It
to walk.
is,
a
you
mile.
have to walk the
It's a
mile.
full mile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah.
Okay, so
it's
to
a
get
mile.
to the end, you're going to be wearing these boots right here, and you do have to walk a full mile. But I'm sure it's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it'll
and,
be
I
fun.
hope you
It's gonna be
get
hot. I hope it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yes.
So they're heavy.
Yes.
It's gonna be a hot day. Hopefully,
Wait
nice
a minute,
day.
that doesn't sound good.
Well,
That'll be fun.
It's
Hey,
a
you're
little bit of
crazy,
a challenge,
Boston.
right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
and
It'll
then
be
you
great.
have an opportunity to buy the boots too. Do they not? They can.
Some of the boots we'll
Yeah.
we'll put out there and for
Yeah.
a donation. Yeah, if you can't get them off your
really
feet, that day.
Now I see Amy has her boots ready. Amy, you'll be participating in this event.
Well, absolutely.
Okay.
Sure,
She
my
will.
boots right over there, and they're nice and they're a little darker of a
Okay.
color. However, I will be participating. Yes. So,
Okay.
and I think our sponsors for the day are ShopRite, AT&T, CDPHP, Living Resources, I believe, Logo
Yeah,
Warehouse. So we do have a lot of sponsors that have hooked onto our event, which is just. It's fantastic. So
gonna
a
be a
lot
lot
of veteran-based organizations, again, vet to vet, peer to peer, that have come on to help with our with our event here. So
And I think, Melody, what you were talking about, this is like real solutions to
Yeah.
problems on the
Yeah.
ground that
Oh,
you're
yeah.
hearing from. And as you said, you were discovering the needs were actually a little bit different than what
Right.
you originally thought.
Sure.
And this fundraiser is going to go towards
Well, it
this
goes
program.
directly to them.
All the money goes towards providing
Directly
these
to
products.
veterans, yeah.
And it's something that really is going to benefit the community. So if you get a chance, do sign up for this. And a mile's not that far.
It's
It's
not
going to be
that
you're going to be joined by a lot of other people.
It'll go by so quick.
it'll be
And-
quick.
Yeah, it is Father's Day, so
It's
we've
Father's
asked
Day
people to
morning.
carry a picture of their veteran. When most cases it's going to be their dad or their husband or a brother, and so that you can walk with them also as you're walking in the booths.
And you're partnering up, obviously, with other
Living Resources have been great with us, and Mike has. When we started doing Women's Day, that was actually through a brainstorming session we had, so Mike kind of brought a bunch of women over, and we're doing a second Women's Day on June the 5th. So yeah, we try to work with as many organizations as we can.
excellent.
And Mike and I have been over there a few times
Yes.
meeting at the VMC, not even knowing we're going to be there each day. So it's been
Exactly.
great synergy with all of our organizations
Yeah.
coming together.
Melody, any opportunity for volunteers, people that want to help
Are
out?
you kidding? Every
Okay.
day.
All right. So
Yeah,
how do they
every
do that?
day. All they have to do is just stop in.
Okay.
Monday through Thursday, we're open until 8 o'clock at night. The center itself is, and that's when we can take volunteers, but not open on the weekends. So it's basically Monday through Friday. And if they're good with veterans, they can actually work inside the center. But if not, they don't want to do that, they can be out back sorting items and cleaning out the warehouse. There's always something to do.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What, if
I
you haven't-
volunteered there for a day.
Okay, so if
for a
Amy can
couple
do it,
hours
everyone else
anyway,
can do
so
it.
it was-
Join her.
yeah.
And this event, I'm going to try and join you.
great.
Amy, if you're going to do it, I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
do
walk
it.
right by your
I'm
side.
gonna do it.
June 21st, don't miss it. Walk a mile in their boots. These really are fantastic to see all these signatures on here. Melody, I want to thank you for bringing these and thank you for
Oh,
joining
sure.
us.
Yes.
Well,
on
you
the
have to
show.
sign them. I mean, you
Well,
are a
I'll
veteran,
have
so
to.
you
I
sign
will
the
have to
books.
sign them. Yes,
Yeah.
I will do that as soon as we're finished here. Mike, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for being a great partner, and it's great to see partnerships like this really accomplishing goals for our veterans, and that's what's important. Amy, thanks as always for being
Thank
on the
you,
show. We're
Angela.
going to see you at
Pleasure.
several events
Yes.
coming up,
Yes.
and don't forget out there, it is Memorial Day. Remember to thank a veteran. These are the people that protect and preserve this nation, not just on Memorial Day, but every day. They preserve our nation and defend us each and every day. So it's important to say thank you. And join us at this event because it's a great way to give back, a great way to spend Father's Day.
Yes.
Join us again here on Santa Barbara Now, the Veterans Project. We'll talk more about great programs and great veterans serving our nation. Thank you.